I just want to understand this, sir. Every time a rug is micturated upon in this fair city, I have to compensate the person?
Come on, man. I'm not trying to scam anybody here. You know, I'm just,
You're just looking for a handout like every other... Are you employed, Mr. Lebowski?
Oh, wait, let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude. So that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or duder or, you know, El Duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing.
Are you employed, sir?
Employed?
You don't go out looking for a job dressed like that, do you? On a weekday?
Is this a... What day is this?
It was a major disappointment to me that Jeff Bridges didn't win an Academy Award for that performance because I think it's genius. I mean, it really, really is. When you think about all the lines, you remember him saying how he said it, what he was doing.
That's interesting, man. That's interesting.
It was fun coming to work. You know, there's an aspect of acting that's a lot like pretending when you were a kid, you know, like, come on, let's pretend, you know, you do this, you be this guy, I'll be this guy. And that's what it was like. It was coming to work every morning and playing with, you know, the coolest kids, you know, and you had all the cool outfits. You know, it was fun.
Let's go bold.
Ethan told me about it before they had it written, and he's just describing the character to me, and I was sold from Jump Street. They said they knew guys. It was Walter's based on about 4 people.
One of the things I love about the dude and Walter, in that they're very opposite, but they seem to, that's all right, that's fine, and they respect each other in their differences.
Just take it easy, man.
I'm perfectly calm, dude.
Yeah, waving the gun around?
Calmer than you are.
You just take it easy.
Calmer than you are.
I never really knew how long they'd known each other or how they met or anything like that. None of that really went into it. For me, anyway, I was having too much fun to do research.
You don't have ransom without a hostage. That's what ransom is. Those are the rules.
For as big of a load as he is and a fat mouth, he just very tenderly, I think, cares for Donnie, and he was protecting him from these bullies, and that's what they were.
Are these guys gonna hurt us, Walter?
No, Donnie. These men are cowards.
How much did they give you?
20 grand, man. And of course, I still get to keep the rug.
Just for making the handout?
Yeah, they gave dude a beeper. Also, whenever these guys call.
What if it's during a game?
Oh, I told them if it was during league play.
What's during league play?
Life does not stop and start at your convenience. You're miserable.
I figure.
What's wrong with Walter, dude?
I figure it's easy money. You know, it's all pretty harmless. She probably kidnapped herself.
This death, I was actually there, and I loved the eulogy that Walter gives.
The dude wanted to send him off right, and Walter just never checked which way the wind was blowing.
He was one of us. He was a man who loved the outdoors.
Then you learn that Donnie was in fact a surfer.
As a surfer, he explored the beaches of Southern California from La Jolla to Leo Carrillo and up to Pismo.
It's the only time it's mentioned, and I love that about this guy. And he is a mystery. You don't really learn that much about him.
Mark it, dude.
What I think is interesting about Steve's performance in the movie, though, is that he's so good that you can actually watch him in a lot of the scenes exclusively when there's a 3-shot, and the whole scene kind of plays out on his face, even though he doesn't have anything to say.
Donnie loves these guys, and I think they love him, but he gets on Walter's nerves.
Well, The Big Lebowski has grown in 10 years.
People have seen this film more than any film that I've been in.
You've written books. There's the Lebowski Fest.
I mean, people are obsessed with that movie. They're obsessed with it.
What the hell is it? What attracts people to it?
It hits something in the young people.
Let's roll, please. Rolling.
Mark.
Action.
I mean, it's gigantic.
You know, Fargo was very successful, and I think the critics didn't know what to make of this when it was released.
I remember when it came out, everybody was like, so what? There was sort of a little bit of a thunk. And I loved it. I can remember going to the premiere here in New York, and I was like, that was so funny. And it was just like, oh, people didn't seem to think it was that funny.
It's taken me many years to actually get the film. I mean, I liked it, but then I liked it more And it wasn't until like the 4th time I think I saw it with my son
You might want to watch out that front window, Larry.
that I realized how hilarious of a film it is.
When I watch The Big Lebowski, I love the story and all the characters, but for me, it's very kind of hard to separate it from my own life. There's a bit of a home movie aspect to it, when I watch it, because I remember what we had for lunch that day, or what the other takes were.
I mean, the whole movie was just easy to do. I don't remember there being anything hard about it. We just had a great time.
Donnie, please. It was a once-in-a-lifetime deal. Characters like Walter don't come along every day.
I've seen a lot of Spinals, dude. And this guy's a fake.
This is what I'll be remembered for, then that's Aces with me.
I think it's just wonderful. It's one of my favorite movies. Not only movies I've been in, but just, flat out one of my favorite movies.
Woo! College kids are not going to classes because of The Big Lebowski. And I blame this all on Joel and Ethan.
I think they're recognizing it for what it is. It's a brilliant film.
And that's why our society is in crisis.
In the most unlikely of places, a Baptist-run bowling alley, Will and Scott opened the doors to the very first Lebowski Fest.
My name is Scott Shuffett. I am co-producer of the first annual Big Lebowski What Have You Fest being held in the Fellowship Lanes in Louisville, Kentucky.
Will Russell, official Louisvillian. Scott and I, about 3 months ago, we were vending a convention for the Mothership Connection.
They knew those Lebowski lines, and we begin to realize that there's a community out there, very, very large community of people with feeling towards a fantastic movie that was created by the Coen brothers.
Someone said we should have a Big Lebowski convention.
It happened.
And then it was like, it just bam, bam.
The concept is simple. Gather fans, bowl, drink White Russians, and just be dude. You see what happens? This is what happens. And eventually, the media caught on to spread the Lebowski lexicon.
We were driving to her parents' house when I found out that we were in Spin Magazine, which was probably the biggest moment in Lebowski Fest history so far. We were mentioned as one of the 19 events you can't miss, with like Lollapalooza and Bonnaroo, Warped Tour, and Ozfest. It was unbelievable.
This is what the Big Lebowski does, is it brings people together from far corners of the world. Even if those corners are just North Carolina and Kentucky, it brings them together in a spirit of goodwill and friendship.
I love all the visual stuff and the dream sequence. I like the fact that it comes out of left field.
Valkyrie, Busby Berkeley, bowling. If you want to have dreams, those are the ones to have.
You're in the realm of the dude, man.
There are 2 dream sequences in the movie. It's an excuse to do something different visually and make a little splash tonally. This one has...
We call them Kafka breaks.
And actually, when we're writing a script, usually if we haven't gotten a Kafka break by page 70, we start one there just arbitrarily.
It was hard for me to even move in that outfit because it was kind of made out of layers of leather and styrofoam. It was very, very stiff. So it was difficult actually to maneuver. I guess I had to move around inside it. So even like doing the stuff with the bowling ball was challenging.
Because the dream follows the dude's encounter with the pornographer, it seemed appropriate that it be a somewhat sexual dream as well.
So Julianne Moore had to wear the Norse goddess thing,
the big breastplates.
The hat with the horns, pigtails,
yeah.
trident.
This was, you have to understand, I'm trying to figure out what the dude would find erotic.